Welcome to my allotment, plot 3 in North Warwickshire. Well, the fruit's coming to an end. The last few berries are being picked, and we're just getting about half a punnet of raspberries a day at the moment. And I've got plans for the fruit cage. It's far too busy in here, but that'll be for a future video. The blueberries, last few on there now, and the same goes for the blackberries. I'm leaving these runners because I've got to get them down to the ground so that I can take some cuttings or root cuttings off them, ready for my new venture. The last of the tomatoes on the outdoor variety. Those have got blight, but they've done extremely well considering how much blight's been about. Cut and grow lettuce just taking off now, so hopefully in a few weeks I'll be able to cut the odd leaf off. Spent compost, I've emptied that out the bags, ready for mixing or spreading out. It won't be long now before the leaves fall off the trees and we can start collecting those. I'm so glad that I left the sunflowers in. The bees absolutely love it. Jerusalem artichokes, they've done really well, probably too well, and they're being fed with fish poo every week. I've started emptying these barrels now so that I can move them about the allotment a lot easier. And the leek cage, that's got its cardboard, and when I get rid of the beans I can move that cardboard and lay out the black plastic so the worms don't get disturbed when they start drawing down that leaf mould and compost. I'll probably add a few worms from the horse manure that I got from my father's allotment, where the horses are, and there is absolutely loads of worms in it. So that's quite some really nice tiny ones as well, so they're doing well in there, but they do need to get out. They don't want to be stuck in horse muck all their life. Moving on to the onion cage, where we were storing our flower buckets with carrots and radish in. The Swedes are doing well, but I wish I hadn't planted them now, because I do really want to put my onions back in there because it was disease free. We always take a chance by doing this, but needs must. Into the beans, and just waiting now for some of these pods to go to seed, and then I can collect them. I should probably select some nice long straight ones, and hopefully I'll get a good crop next year. I think I'll get a few more pickings of the runner beans. There's just a few more left on this row, and all the ones that were going to seed are all down the bottom. Doing their own thing, drying out, and I will select a few, but I am thinking about changing variety next year. Madness, that is. It's got to be at least 12-13 foot high, and that's with some of the branches taken off, and it's eventually broken the bean frame, but it has done remarkably well. And another rogue seed We've got a yellow one. Blight or not, I shall definitely have some sunflowers next year. Into the brassica cage, and we've the kale's doing fine, but so is the whitefly. The cabbage is doing really well in here. No club roots as far as I'm aware at the moment. I used hydrated lime, coffee grounds and log ashes. There's 8 pots of carrots in here, so even if I use one every fortnight, hoping that it will get me towards February, March. The broccoli plant is still throwing little shoots, which occasionally gives us a little bit something different on a Sunday. And it's the first time I've been able to grow Savoy cabbages. They're not the best, but those are hearting up nicely now. And there is some radish down there growing away. Really pleased with the root crops this time. The beetroot outside took a while to get going, but once it did, it was well away. And the Swedes, parsnips, absolutely brilliant. Most of this row, they're all roughly the same size. I grew them in flower buckets and then transplanted them about a foot apart. Where my first sowing, they didn't do so well. Not sure whether you can see that. Celery, I think I've starved that of nutrients, because as you know, the root bed, we only lime, and the celery has suffered. I'll just have a look at one. Compared to the ones in the compost bin. So a good lesson learned there. Wherever I put the celery next time needs to be damp and plenty of organic matter. Can't remember whether I've showed you the cut and grow lettuce that I bought from the supermarket. That's getting established now. And the strawberries have recovered, so I'm pleased with those. Last of the spring onions, and the little gem lettuce, they're just started to heart out and go to seed, so I just need to catch them before they get to a stage where you can't really use them. Swiss chard, again, keep picking the leaves while they're small, ideal for my salad box. As we look at the pond, I brought my dog up twice last week, and twice it went home full of fleas. So I think the dog's found where Prickles is living, or his family, and it took absolutely ages to get the fleas off my dog. So hedgehogs are about. Really welcome in our allotments. Finally, towards the end of September, I'm getting some courgettes or zucchinis. A lot of them have just been rotting off. Last of the tomatoes, some of them are already hanging. I need to take the rest out because of some blight issues. I think you can see that on the stem, just a little bit awkward, but we've got that brown in. So I've got a few cucumbers, and I didn't notice until today these. They got the other side this wire, and they've gone in circles and all sorts. And we've got another one down there. Pointed cabbage, it's already started hearting up. So hopefully they won't all come at once. This is where I'm storing my potatoes. I'll just grab as many as I need and cover them with compost again. More flower buckets with carrots in. Hashtag pineapple challenge. Yeah, we'll move on. Really pleased with these peppers. And I believe there might be in here somewhere some more zucchini. So I do need to get a tidy up. The beetroot in here, I wanted to do some small pickling, get a few small ones and do some, but if I keep leaving it, they're going to be far too big. 2 more buckets of carrots. I didn't realise how many carrots I'd got, you know, but the trouble is you sow them every 2 weeks and all over the place. I'm hoping, he says, there shouldn't be any white fly in here. And my little sprouts are just in the wings there, just waiting to pop out. Yeah, the carrots, Nantes 5, sown on that date. There's far too many in this bucket. I hope they ain't all like that. Oh my God. Yeah, stick them back in. Cover them up. Give the wife them to peel. Oh dear. Wish I'd have looked at that before I did the video. Oh dear. We'll move on. The garden canes that I have took out, they're underneath here now drying. I'll give these bottoms a bit of a wipe and cut out these split bits. I'll take it up to the next node and then we'll treat them. I had very few break off. Yeah, I'll take it to the next node. 6 foot cane becomes a 5 foot. So why buy 3 foot canes when you can buy a 6 foot and then just wait 3 years? This is the washdown station. I've got to change a few things around for next year, but that's the bucket to go home. That's the bucket to go in the compost bin or the blender. Don't keep onions and the cabbage stalks. No club root whatsoever on the bottom of that. Chuffed to bits. I'll have a sit down. I'll have a think about my little carrots. Weird and wonderful weather. We've had a nice little drop of rain last night. and I'm hoping to show you my watering system that I've been trying to show you all summer. But do we have time? No, we don't. Thanks for watching, guys. This is my September tour, and I don't want it to go on for much longer. It'll take all night to upload. Happy gardening to you all, and I wish you all a good harvest, and hopefully I'll be able to harvest throughout the winter. I know some of you are already tidying up and putting everything to bed. I've got that many parsnips and sweets to eat. But I'll be getting my parsnips out and my other vegetables next week, and I'm hoping to set up a little challenge. Happy growing, everyone, and take care till next time. Oh dear, dear. What could I do with a little carrot?